On Programme 3 of Countdown, a love affair as we share some favourite Ryder Cup moments with Davis Love III. How important is home advantage? We ask the players. We meet the tournament director who also stage manages the galleries, discover just how complex is the par 4 10th at Oakland Hills, and we hear from Joachim Hegman, one of Bernhard Langer's vice-captains, who's poised to make the team.
We start though at Royal Troon, where the year's third major was at stake and many Ryder Cup points were on the line as well. A glorious and gripping Open Championship. It threw up a few surprises, not least of which the performance of the much-travelled American Todd Hamilton. At 38 and still a rookie on the PGA Tour, he looked quite at home on the Scottish links and very comfortable among the world's elite players. Phil Mickelson continued his excellent run in majors this season, eventually finishing third and adding more points to his already impressive tally. Mickelson's spot well and truly confirmed. So too Davis Love, who finished strongly to claim the points for fifth spot, but the biggest impact was made by Hamilton, who may well be on his way to Oakland Hills.
I was a little edgy. I'm glad it wasn't double the length. I just got up there and told myself you've made dozens of these, hundreds, thousands of these over your career, whether it be practice or in tournaments. Straight back, straight through.
Straight back, straight through, and straight into Ryder Cup contention for Hamilton, who must surely be on Hal Sutton's mind at number 15 in the US rankings. Just ahead of him, a real scramble to get inside the top 10, and a few nervous weeks ahead for the likes of Scott Verplank, Jerry Kelly, Jeff Maggott and Fred Funk, as they all try to secure an automatic place by the end of the US PGA Championship.
Come Oakland Hills, no player on the American team is better equipped to represent his country than Davis Love III. Not only has he played in 5 President's Cup matches and won 4 successive World Cup titles in partnership with Fred Couples, but this composed and respected 40-year-old from North Carolina is about to make his 6th successive Ryder Cup appearance, and it can't come soon enough.
One of my big goals is to play on Hal Sutton's team. After playing with him on a few teams, I knew the passion and the excitement he's going to bring to this Ryder Cup. So I'm excited. I'm very happy with the way the team's shaping up as Hal is. So it's that time of year to start thinking about it.
A proud Ryder Cup moment on Love's debut at the Belfry in '93 when he clinched a vital point against Rocker in the singles as America retained the cup.
It's an honor to play on a team, to go with a captain, to go with 11 other players and wives and families and be a part of a United States team. And especially when you get to travel overseas, you know, it makes it feel even more important. But when they raise the flag at the opening ceremonies, it hits you that you're doing something very, very important and something that not a lot of golfers get to do.
In Love's 5 Ryder Cup appearances, his 21 matches have yielded 10 points. But it's in the pressure cooker atmosphere of the singles on the last day where he's shown true mettle. He's lost only once, and that was at Valderrama in '97. However, for Davis Love, it's not just the competition that makes Ryder Cup such a valuable experience, it's knowledge gained from those who've led the teams.
You know, every Ryder Cup, every captain's different. You know, this is going to be my 6th captain, and everyone did something different, and I had different experiences, won and lost. But there was a moment with every captain, whether it was on the first tee one match or it was on the 16th tee on the last day. There was some time when the captain said something to you that sticks with you. And from Tom Kite, Ben Crenshaw, every captain has had a moment, and that's the one thing you carry away is, this is my coach, my captain, and he wants me to win, and he needs us to win, and this is a big part of it. And I'll always remember those little speeches that the captain gave me one-on-one.
But ask this future Ryder Cup captain for his own personal memory, and it involves watching teammate Justin Leonard beating Olaf Thabel at Brookline in '99.
I still get tears in my eyes, and the hair stands up on my neck when I describe walking the last 5 or 6 holes with Justin Leonard in Boston. They had asked me to go walk with him because he was getting beaten so bad, and I started off with him, I guess actually back on 11, and got to watch him come all the way back from inside the ropes, from talking to him on every shot, and it was an exciting bunch of holes because he went from tears in his eyes thinking he had lost to big wide-eyed on 15 and 16 thinking he had a chance and then making the putt at 17. So that's my greatest. I didn't even hit a shot and I was nervous, excited, crying. It was an incredible time, and I know Justin will always remember it, but I will too because I got to walk right with him.
40,000 others added their vociferous support on that daunting and intimidating afternoon, and Love expects more of the same at Oakland Hills.
We certainly expect that the crowd's going to cheer for the home team. They're going to be more loud, more vocal for the home team, and they're going to cheer if you're the away team. You're going to cheer if you hit a bad shot, and it's not that they're being mean. They're just pulling for their team, and they want them to win. And it's different than a regular tournament, but it's part of it. It's the excitement. The crowd's as excited as the players are, and that very rarely happens. So they make it more fun. They make you more nervous, and they make it more exciting when you win.
And the crowds certainly have changed in recent years. Captured on television, they're not just bigger nowadays, but more passionate, more partisan, more vocal, and more determined to be part of the whole Ryder Cup experience.
I believe for the fans, the intensity has increased 100 times. At PGA National in '83, for the week, I don't think there were 10,000 people. It wasn't that big a deal. In '85, the European team waxed us over at the Belfry. In '87, they came back here to Muirfield Village and beat us on American soil for the first time in a long time. So right then, it was like the American fans realized that this was a competition. It wasn't a walkover, and since then the support from the fans on both sides has been just terrific.
In 1991 at Kiora Island, the Ryder Cup crowds went up another notch, so that even a cool customer like Bernhard Langer was taken a little by surprise.
It's just unbelievable. It's just, you don't experience it in any major or any other tournament, because usually a good shot, you get applaud, and a bad shot they just grumble or keep quiet. But you get applauded for hitting bad shots, and the cheering and stuff that is very vocal and very much directed against you and for the other side is just very, very unusual in a golf tournament.
8 years later in Brookline, the American team were inspired by a roaring Boston crowd, draped in their stars and stripes, into one of the most remarkable Sunday comebacks of all time.
That's the way it was that day. The crowd just roar over here and roar over there and roar over there, just all over the golf course, these big roars going up, and just, even now the hair in my arms are standing up because it was so exciting. And I don't think that we could have had that comeback, if we were played in Europe, simply because the fact the crowd was so emotional, and it the players became very emotional, and it almost became a very surreal environment.
Walking down the 16th at Brookline on the last day in the singles, and the 16th was, it's not really an amphitheatre, but it was 12 deep with people, and as I said to myself afterwards, it was maybe 150 yards walk from the front of the tee to the green. If you had to stay in that noise level, you would come out with damaged ears. It was like standing beside the sound system at a rock concert. That really did make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
The noise levels were maintained at the Belfry when it was Europe's turn to benefit as they won back the cup.
The part they played in our win, it was massive. Even if you missed the putt, they were shouting and roaring and standing up on the stands and backslabbing as you walk to the next tee. They were just immense. No matter how, if you were down, two up, they still treated you the same way. And the passion, everybody got caught up in the passion. The passion was so strong.
Too strong for some, but unlikely to change that much, with the cup becoming such a huge success, such a great spectacle, and with the players seeming to revel in an atmosphere they so rarely get to taste.
Only at the Ryder Cup can you experience that sort of exhilarating atmosphere. Whether it's for you or for the opposition, it's still a great place to play golf.
Everybody does want to win. I mean, we need to keep that intact. But, the fans, everybody alike, both Europe and the U.S., they want to win. And, if we didn't want to win, it probably would have died a long time ago, you know, the Ryder Cup itself.
Still alive and kicking. Join us after the break to see what's in store for the fans this year at Oakland Hills.